Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Giggity Racing League. Boomhire01 in here in the booth. Along with me, I got Little Man, Maddie, Noko, and Kay Larson as we get set to run round 2 in the truck playoffs. First race tonight being at Dover. Welcome aboard, y'all.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Hi, how's it going?
Larson, you too.
Yeah, Larson.
He's here
busy.
somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
That must have been his old lady in the background.
I
Probably.
think we're in store for a couple of really good races tonight.
Oh, no doubt. As you know, the first race tonight is at Dover. Second race is at Kentucky. 2 different tracks, 2 different styles of racing. It's definitely going to be interesting. Our lineup tonight, we've got 8 people running. Only 4 of them are in playoff contention. So, you think some of these non-playoff drivers are going to get up here and spoil the night for these championship hunters?
I'd hope so.
You know, I think that's always a risk you're going to take when you're battling for the championship and you have other guys out there with essentially nothing to lose except going for the win. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, they're making a name for themselves.
I think a lot of guys in this little development truck series league that we have, they're trying to put their name out there, just like you just said. You know, they're trying to make the name for themselves, show that they want to be a part of a team and grow with everything. So I think it should be interesting.
Alright, so, excuse me, running tonight we got Trevor Moon. Didn't get confirmation on what number he's running. But, old guy in the 68, he's in the playoffs. We got Grim in the 98, also in the playoffs. Trey in that Toyota 54 in the playoffs. We got Napa Fan running the 21. We got Sports Legends running the 88. We got Titans in the 25 Chevy in the playoffs as well. And Sergeant Saul's in the 13 Ford. But the playoff picture the way it is.
Dover's one of those tracks that's it's definitely a rhythm track. You have to you got to get in your rhythm.
One bad lap and it can take you 2, 3, 4 laps to get back the way you want to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Quick rundown of the points as they're finishing up their qualifying. First place in points right now, we got Titans with 17 points. We got Trey sitting in second with 11. We got Old Guy sitting in third with 4 points. Tied for fourth, we got Golden Diver with 3 points, but unfortunately he started class tonight, so he was unable to make this race. Ed Tho is also tied with 3 points. Hopefully he's getting a little bit better. I know he was in hospital for a while. You know, best wishes. Hope to get you back racing soon, man.
Yep, shout out to you, man.
We got Grim in 6th with 2 points. And Sergeant Saul's 0 points.
I'm definitely gonna look to see how that battle for the bubble shakes out tonight.
Because it's 1 driver per week gets eliminated, or 2. I think it's 1.
I
believe it's only
I don't
1.
know. I remember last season it was 2 because we ran 2 different races.
Hey boys, I'm back.
But I wasn't
is.
in it for the points last season.
But yeah, so yeah, going over the points. Who do you think is going to be the biggest mover tonight? You think Titans and Trey's going to keep growing on that lead? Or do you think maybe Grim can get in there and get him some playoff points and try to close that gap a little bit, get up to the top 5, top 4 maybe?
Well,
He might can.
anything can happen. You can't really count anybody out at this point. You just never know. Somebody could make a mistake,
anything
get in a wreck, or get put down the pits and not be able to get track position. So I mean, realistically, anything can happen. I mean, but if we're going to go off of essentially raw speed and production throughout the season, Titans and Trey are definitely the two trucks tonight that will realistically be battling for the lead, unless, like I said, these guys figured something out. I don't know what they have right now as far as their setups go or how the trucks are going to handle. So this is going to be really interesting tonight.
Yeah, we seen last week in both races. Titans and Trey constantly bumper to bumper battling all night long. You think we're going to see more of that tonight? Or do you think we might actually see a truck, regardless of who it is, actually might be able to pull away and actually get a lead?
I hope we have some good close racing. Because that way you'll see who the standout is. And they get put in them tight situations and pull themselves out. That's the driver you want to move up until you Xfinity and Cup.
Yeah, I think right now it's anybody's championship to win or lose, and we'll find out who makes the least amount of mistakes, and ultimately normally comes out the winner. So we'll see.
All right. Well, quick update here. Apparently they tried to send me an invite, but I have not received it yet, and they've already started, so they're going to back out and do a hot lap to get back in place.
Oh, good.
This is another cool little thing here with this manual start. Let's see how these guys all start.
Well, let me ask y'all something. Who's going to be the driver that's not in the playoffs to step up in these races? Who y'all think? I'm thinking Napa.
Yes, tonight I would definitely have to agree with you. I would have to say Napa.
Now, I've been knowing Napa since Heat 1, and he's come a long way. He usually couldn't even handle the truck. He would sit there and, like at Talladega and Daytona, we get in the draft, we rock. That's how he would do. But now he got to where he can hold the line better.
He's definitely
he's
come a long
way. Oh, yeah.
But aside from Napa, maybe Pro 75 could probably get up there and fight for a top spot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be... I mean, it depends on who gets their truck set up the quickest, who's got the better long run, if it's green flag, which only 8 people running tonight. Dover, short track racing, as we've noticed, have a trend going that it tends to get more spread out than the super speedways and the mile and a half and stuff. It's a little bit cleaner, which is like totally opposite of what you would expect for short track racing.
Another thing I want to add is these guys, they just need to be patient,
Yes.
Get through the stages. You're not going to be able to win it on the first lap. Like we always say, you can definitely lose the race on the first lap. So you just want to be patient, be mindful of everybody around you, and make sure you're there at the end.
Alright, so the first 2 stages, seeing how there's going to be a stage coming, there's going to be a caution, you're going to get your laps back or something, you're going to get called back up to the field for a reset. Do you charge hard in the first 2 stages, trying to get all you can, and possibly make a mistake, knowing that you've got that barrier, that safety boundary with the stage ending to save you in case something does go wrong?
I think if I'm one of these drivers, I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can in the first couple stages to see what my truck's going to do as far as the fall off goes. That way I can really adjust for that and hopefully get things fixed by the time I'm in the 3rd stage. So, I mean, yeah, I would probably go hard, but at the same time, I'd be a little bit patient, being mindful of, especially if you're not one of these playoff drivers, you just want to be mindful of, who's around you, and you don't want to mess up somebody else's race and cost somebody points.
The other thing though, Noco, is let's throw a little curveball into it. All the playoff guys are going to advance. There's no real need to push an issue when you know you're going to advance. However, How bad do you want that win?
Yeah. To
If
win.
oh yeah, we know
Yeah,
that. If I got the truck and it's a short run, and all I gotta do is hold these guys off for 2 or 3 laps, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for the win, and the gloves are gonna be off at that point. But getting my way up through the pack, if I don't quite have my truck where it needs to be, I'm probably just gonna ride around, see what my truck's gonna need as far as adjustments go, and push my truck as hard as I possibly can to start, just to see how much the fall off is gonna be, and then calculate fuel mileage. There's a lot of factors here involved, because this
Yep.
might end up turning into another fuel mileage race. We don't know.
Yep.
Alright, are y'all getting the messages on PlayStation?
I am. They're gonna send an invite.
Okay. Because apparently they're having issue sending me an invite, which I've never had issues before, so I apologize for the delay in this, y'all. Usually don't have this much problem getting in. So I appreciate
But, like we talked about, Dover's it's a rhythm track. You want to make sure you're hitting your marks every corner. You want to make sure you're not over driving it. I mean, you want to be on that fine line. It's a tightrope you want to walk. You want to drive it as hard as you possibly can, but you don't want to overdrive it.
how big of an influence is that apron going to be tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
I think it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And the way
Huge.
pit road is set up, I think
You
we're going to
think-
see some mistakes getting on pit road.
You think it's going
I'm with you
to
on
possibly
that.
be a make or break situation for some people
It
tonight?
could be. It could be in that
I-
last stage, buddy.
I guarantee somebody is going to make that mistake. We're going to see someone happy tonight, and we're going to see some guys upset tonight because of mistakes.
Too bad Larry Baker's not running to remind everybody. Shout out, Larry. We miss you, buddy. Don't worry, it's not Richmond. Nobody's broken your record yet.
No, that record still stands.
What was it, 16 laps down? For hitting,
Yeah, it was-
for hitting that apron and getting sent down pit road.
Now, I
Did he
haven't
give
gotten
up?
an invite yet.
I haven't
So-
either.
We're still waiting. I think they're getting everything set up and ready to roll. So I'm just excited, guys. I'm ready for the playoffs.
And
Yeah.
notice
I'm
round
ready for
2.
playoffs in all the series, man. All the series, the playoffs are looking good. And by the way, boom, again, congrats, man, getting your first win in a cup series during the playoffs, man. That's pretty
Thank you
huge.
very much.
That's pretty huge. That's a big accomplishment. Maybe
Like
we'll
I
have
said,
some
I
other
don't know.
guys here, you know?
I think Atlanta's just happens to be one of my tracks. Like I said, my first league race victory. It wasn't in Giggity, but it came at Atlanta. The first race at Atlanta this season in week 1, I ended up getting a stage win. I finished 3rd. I had a decent car whenever we did the Custom Cup at Atlanta. I had a pretty good car last Tuesday night when we did Custom Xfinity Atlanta, and then getting last night Atlanta again, getting the win. It's just, I don't know, that track likes me for some reason.
It feels really good. It's a big confidence builder when you go to a track where you're like, hey, I think I got these guys' number. You feel good when you're going to go to a place and you run well.
It took me till about
I
halfway
feel-
through stage 2 to get the car set up to where I wanted it. I'm pretty sure if anybody followed my own personal broadcast, you could see the changes I was making half the race trying to get it dialed in. But once I
I was
found
gonna
that
send you
spot,
a message actually that said, "Dude, you're literally throwing the kitchen sink at this thing, aren't you?"
I was doing my
I
best
feel-
because, it's playoff time. You gotta, go big or go home. I only had one playoff point, on that bubble outside looking in, so I had to do something, and it paid off.
That's the way I feel about Darlington. It's drivers have their tracks.
And plus, I had to
when
make
you
up
want
as
to do good at
much
those tracks.
as I could for next week being Bristol.
Yeah, I love
true.
Darlington.
True, Bristol can be very, very painful.
Very.
But I'm excited. We're going to go from a mile to a mile and a half, 2 totally different tracks. It's going to be exciting.
I agree there.
Where's the second race? Kansas?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Oh, turn
Kentucky.
3. Turn 3 is a
Oh,
loser.
it's
All
a
right, we
doozy.
got
Yeah.
Titans on the pole. Looks like they just did qualifying. Titans on the pole. Napa's in second. We got Old Guy in third. Trey in fourth. We got Pro 75 in fifth. Sergeant Saws in sixth. Shadow Graham in seventh. And Sports Legend in eighth.
Ooh.
So that's
gonna be
another
interesting.
playoff point for Titans.
That guy's been on a roll since joining Giggity, man.
Yes, he has. He shows a lot of potential. He's got that kind of aggressive mentality, which kind of, makes him, somebody to look out for, because if you know an aggressive driver is behind you, if you see him that close to your bumper in your mirror, it's going to, sometimes it can force you into making a mistake.
Hey.
So he's got that go get it mentality. So yes, I mean, after this season in the trucks next year, we'll have to see where he winds up and see what he can do there.
As we continue to wait for the invite to get these guys all set up, what do you think is your mindset right now going into these next 2 races? If you're on the bubble, like, what is your strategy going to be if you're going in on the bubble? Are you going to be aggressive or are you going to be passive?
I think
Funny
it's
you
a fine
mention that
line.
because I got asked that last night being on the bubble in the Xfinity, and I said it in last night's broadcast. I'll say it again. Even with Little Man in here, Little Man, outside of the track, bud, we're friends. When it comes to that Roval, dude, if you've got that point and I need it, I mean, and I expect the same thing in return. I think everybody in this league can agree. It's not easy, to get wins. It's not easy to really be able to run up front and just, have that race that you want to have. But at the end of the day, now that it's playoffs, I mean, I think gloves are off, man. That's coming from me.
Yeah, I think you got to look at it both ways. The passive and aggressive at the same time. I mean, you kind of want to. You don't want to do anything too aggressive to end up making a mistake. But at the same time, you got to be ready to pounce if somebody else makes a mistake. Or if you're right there at the end, like Maddie was talking about, somebody's ahead of you, they've got that point, you need that point to move on. You're willing to do anything to get to that bumper, give them a bump and run, nothing too, out of the way, but force them, just to make a mistake or something. I mean, you got to be ready to make those moves. And there are invites. Look at y'all in here.
First time guys, this is their first year with us. Some of these guys have literally just joined a couple days ago. If you join, you go right into these trucks, and they do put on a good show.
Well, we're about to find out tonight.
But speaking of about the whole passive and aggressiveness, I do have to give a shout out. I had a conversation with one of our cup drivers early in the morning before I went to work this morning. I do have to give a shout out to Trout. He did confirm that he was on my bumper and chose not to push me out of the way on that last restart, so thank you very much.
Unbelievable.
Yes, be quiet, little man. He actually said that he had the fresh tires, which I knew he had the fresh tires because they pitted and I stayed out. So I got to give him credit and thanks for not wrecking me. So let's get this thing going.
Looks like they're getting in formation here for their pace
they
lap.
are. All right, so once again we got Titans on the pole in the 25. We got the 21 and Napa on the outside of him. We got Old Guy in the 68 in third. Trey in 54 in the 54 in fourth place.
The Chevys look strong.
Well, we'll see.
Toyota.
We got the 75 of Pro in fifth. Sergeant Saul's running in sixth.
All right. And it looks like they're going to take the green flag right here.
Yep, here we go. Boogity, boogity,
Green
boogie.
flag's in the air.
Alright, as it looks like always that inside line on the restarts always gets advantage.
We got the 21 and the 68 battling for second right now, side by side. Trey's right there,
Oh, yes.
not letting those guys get away.
Oh, so the 98 and 88 make contact.
You know, if I'm in this race, I'm gonna play it cool, make sure I stay on the lead lap. If I don't quite have the truck where I need it to be, you got plenty of time to get the truck where you need it to be dialed in for the race. So right now, you just want to feel out your truck, see what you got, and go from there. You know what I mean, guys?
Said 21. Oh, it looked like he was going to make a run on the inside. Now, all these guys are in one chat, so they can all communicate with each other. Do you think that's going to be a big difference tonight as well?
I don't think so. I think you can mute someone else's audio so you don't have to worry about them hearing you.
But also, how much does that help when it comes to getting on and off pit road, though, being in one party?
Oh, it helps tremendously. I mean, the level of communication that you have to have, especially with your teammates getting on and off pit road, I mean, that's very important.
As small of a track as this is.
Especially the way this apron treats you when you
Yes.
when you hit it at full speed.
It is unforgiving. Which,
But right now, I like the line that the 21 is running. He's not quite running all the way on the line. He's kind of diming it in the corner.
Looks like he keeps sniffing. Let's see if he's actually going to go for it. Yes, he is. He gets a little run coming out of turn 4 on the inside. Here he goes.
Yeah,
2
I
wide
saw
for the
him
lead.
get
But it looks like 25 got the run coming off.
These two look like right now in the early goings, they've kind of checked out.
As we got
You got
Chevy
old guy
running
about
1,
2
2, and
seconds
3.
back.
Oh,
Sure
it looks like the
he's under
21
fire
might
right
have
now.
caught the apron a little bit. As you see, 68 old guy get around him.
I'm gonna go check these other guys out back here, see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm following the 54 now.
You know, Pro 75s. He's one of those guys that I'm watching out for. He could definitely be a sleeper pick.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he did.
I mean, you know, a lot of these guys, as long as you don't go a lap down, you can kind of pace yourself, save some fuel. You know, it's a long race. While you got the leader out front just wearing his stuff out, you could be back here saving your fuel. A good example of that would be last night. I'm
Yes.
leading at Texas with 5 to go, and I only have 3 laps of fuel remaining. And it's so difficult to be that lead car saving fuel because you don't know if the car behind you has saved
enough or
enough.
not.
Exactly. It is so difficult to try to manage your fuel when you're leading the race. And it ended up coming up probably about 3/4 of a lap short, but, you know, it is what it is, and we move on to the next race.
Yep, as we said, the 25, he's got a commanding lead over everybody after it looked like the 21 might have caught the apron.
Yeah, he's checked out for now, but I think these other guys are just trying to feel their trucks out right now. They know that it's a long race.
Oh, yes.
Every point matters right now. They just don't want to be that person that's going to cause that big mistake and cost somebody else a lot of track position.
I can tell you right now, old guy, Napa, Trey, and the Pro 75, these guys are all like nose to tail, just kind of looks like biding time. They're not racing side by side, they're just holding their line.
Also, Shadow Graham has moved his way back up from last to 6th. He's gotten around Sergeant Sauls and the 88. And it looks like he's kind of gapping the 88 right now, so...
You know, guys, if I'm in the 13 truck and I've lost this much track position, what do you think that his mindset right now is? You think he already knows the stage break's coming? You think he's just kind of saving his fuel, seeing how much fuel he can save for later on in the race?
He could be testing possibly to see what's going to happen. You know, maybe try to set up a game plan for later. But then again, also only 8 people. They all get stage points. So I'm pretty sure he's not trying to push the issue to run his tires down and end up breaking free, spinning out, hitting the wall, going laps down, or something like that.
68 gets a little loose off the corner. It looks like the 21 is wanting that spot right now. He's caught the 68 again of old guy, and he thought about it, but he's just going to follow him through. Yeah, he gave
there
it
he
to
goes.
him. He's going to get on the inside right here.
He's got the lane, that's for sure.
Oh, you know when you get underneath one of those trucks, you're so tight in the center, though.
Yes.
Well, that's a beautiful pass, though. Good pass. Puts 21 up to second.
And it looks like they're kind of closing in on the 25 again. Is he maybe saving his tires up there? Let's take a peek.
He might be testing some fuel. You know, he's pulled out to a lead. He might be saving a little bit, see how much he can save. You know, you don't need a huge lead to win. You just need a bumper.
Yep.
But Trey, we all know the patience Trey has.
Yes. It looks like he's trying different lines as well.
I think you're right, but you know, at the same time, he might know that his truck's a little bit tight right now, so he's maybe saving a little bit of tire as well.
Possibly.
As you see
I've
him
actually had the
drifting up
camera
the
on
track.
that.
Catches the
Yeah,
wall.
it just caught the wall. I've actually had my camera on him, and I agree with you guys. It looks like he's kind of searching to see where that truck will handle the best at, because I've seen him down low, in the middle, you know, just kind of, like you said, you know, searching, trying to figure out where that truck will handle.
And that's going to bring Pro 75 up to 4th place. So right now, as we sit, we got Chevy 1, 2, 3, 4.
What you think about that little man?
I love it. You get them bow ties up front.
I'm really impressed with Pro 75. He's an awesome guy. I'm so happy he was able to join. He's definitely a guy that's putting in the work, putting the reps in to get better. Like all these other, all these guys are. I got to give credit to all these guys, man. It's not easy out there.
Trey got him back.
He did. It looks like he got tight coming off the corner, like we talked about. Truck's getting real tight on exit.
Tight going in.
Oh, and it looks like the 75 caught the apron.
Good save though. At least he's not around.
Oh, the 88 catches the wall. As you see, Shadow Grim starting to reel in that 75. Looks like he's trying to go for that top 5.
Good for him.
Quick shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Appreciate it.
Napa fan is catching the 25. I mean, he's driven that truck back into 2nd place, and he's probably cut that gap in half now.
And as soon as you say Napa, he hits the wall.
Yeah,
that commentator's curse.
Yeah, so Thursday, nobody say my name.
I'll say your name every lap.
Though, gentlemen, when we talked about long green flag run with 8 trucks, everybody's going to get strung out here. This is what we expected. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's going to come down to fuel strategy.
I believe that was the stage.
Stage 1.
I do not see anybody around, so yes, I do believe that was the stage.
So you got Titans in 1st, you got Napa in 2nd, Old Guy 3rd, Trey in 4th, and it looks like Pro 75 rounding out the top 5, followed by Shadow Grim, and I don't know who else is back there. Is it?
That's Sports Legend.
Sports Legend, yep, and Sergeant Sauls.
All right, well, Trey does not have his broadcast going tonight. So.
We stayed clean and green, gentlemen.
I love it. I love it.
That was good racing. That was a good move there by that 21 on guy too in the 68.
That was a bold move, Cotton.
And again, we've got 8 people watching this live, and we've got 30 comments on this already. So I appreciate it, y'all. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. Help us get bigger and bigger.
Appreciate you guys for watching, definitely. We love your support. All right, we're
Yeah,
about to
over
start the second
100
stage. I
subscribers.
wonder what they're.
too, so.
I wonder what's. Man, I wish I was a fly on the wall. I want to know what adjustments these guys made. I'm
I
so
know.
curious. So here we go. Start of stage 2. You got 25 on the inside and 21 at Napa Fan on the outside, and the green flag is in the air.
All right. Oh, looks like we got a pretty good jump by the 21. Let's see if he can hold it going into turn 1.
Man, that's so tough. Ooh,
It is. Yep.
So
tough.
There it goes.
Look at these
See,
guys.
it's just that inside lane, man.
Trey.
Trey's
yeah,
peeking. He
he's
wants
sniffing.
that second spot.
Oh,
Oh,
so
somebody hit
see-
the apron back there. Is that the 75 truck?
Yes,
oh, we
it
got a
is.
wreck.
It looks like
Oh,
the
they
88
saved
and the
it.
13 made
Oh, the
contact
21.
a little bit.
Trey's going to take that second spot. Old guy, the 21 truck.
And
just
here
lost a ton of
comes
ground.
Shadow Grim fighting for 4th with Napa Fan.
He's on that inside.
Oh.
Titans
Yep.
got the apron.
Oh, as Trey takes
That's
the
huge. Look
lead.
at Trey.
And it looks
Now-
like old guy's going to try to take second. Is he going to be able to get there? No, he don't. He falls in right behind him.
This is what we talked about, guys. Who's going to make the right adjustments in the next stage? We're about to see who made those adjustments. That's going to make their truck better, especially on the long run.
Oh, yes. As we see the 21 peeking on the inside of the 98. Looks like he's want that spot back.
Yeah, he needed to catch his breath and just get back into rhythm, and I think he's going to find that as he goes to the inside of the 98
Oh,
truck.
they make contact and
Shadow
98
Grim,
catches the wall.
He's right there. He
pitches him
they
off a
made
little bit.
contact.
Ho, ho. Grim is not giving up that spot.
Oh,
easy.
no.
No, he wants it.
He's been
All
doing a
Grim
lot of
wants to do is
practicing.
win.
Yes, he wants a win bad, just as bad as I won one last night. So we'll have to see. It looks like
Yeah,
he
you
might
see
be
the
finally.
25 truck. Oh, I don't know what happened there. The 21's on the inside wall.
Oh,
You got. Looks like the 25's caught the 54 again. Let's see
I've
what
been
Trey's gonna
watching
do.
this before.
Is Trey gonna let him go by, knowing that he might be a little faster? Or you think Trey's gonna push the issue here?
I think
I
Trey
think
might
he's gonna
point
make
the
Titans
issue.
try on the outside. Yeah, he's
Yes.
gonna make Titans pass him on the outside line.
He knows
He's not
Titans
giving
is
up
the
that
points
inside.
leader. He knows he needs every stage win that he can get, and he's going to do everything he can to keep that 25 behind him.
Graham is all
Unless
over
he
the bumper.
absolutely messes
Oh,
up,
yeah.
makes a mistake, hits the wall, something like that, and knows for a fact he's that much slower, then I think he would pull to the side. But as we're running right now, there ain't no way Trey's going to give up that lead without a fight.
And he's making Titans work that outside line.
Oh, yeah, he's
And-
going to have
and
to
all
move
that's
Trey to get him
doing-
off that bottom.
All that's doing is causing Titans to wear out his tires
Yep.
more and more. If I was Titans right now, I would fall in line. You got a good truck. Get him in the final stage. Wait for him to make that mistake.
Oh, no, Grim.
Oh,
got
Grim
put
caught
in
the wall.
Yeah, he come up and hit old guy's bumper and hit the wall.
Oh,
All right, well, he's still holding on to that 4 spot pretty good right now. So 21, couple truck lengths behind him.
Let's see if they
Look
can
at Trey,
run him
man.
back down.
He's managing right now. He is managing that lead. That is awesome.
Trey is holding his own right now with that
The
fastest
Titans got a
record
big
play.
run off
Oh,
of 4
that's a
right there.
big run, yeah.
He's going to draw even with Trey. But that
They're side by
25 just
side.
he pushes up just a little bit in the center of 1 and 2.
Oh,
which
he's
allows
getting the
Trey to
run.
pull
He's
away.
getting the run coming out of turn 2. Here he goes.
He's gonna have to drive it in deep right here.
Trey
See,
drives
he's
it
gonna
in
push him
deep,
just a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, he caught the
He-
apron a little bit.
he's still
He
getting that
held
run.
it. He held it. I
See,
can't tell you who led that lap.
I believe Titans did. Trey's getting the run on the inside, but Titans is getting the run on the outside, though.
You got
Coming off the
side by
corners.
side for the lead.
And back there in third, old guy is just like licking his chops. Let
Oh.
something happen. Let something happen.
I got to tell you,
Titans
this battle
overdraw
for
it right
first is perfect
This
from
is
with
side
the
by
angle
side
from above. The above angle on this is amazing.
I'm
Let me tell
flipping
you.
to it right now. Oh, that is pretty sick.
Oh, like I said, Titans is getting that
Looks
run
like he's
coming
gonna
off,
clear him.
and
Oh,
he cleared
got
him.
him. He got him.
That's great.
Dang.
I got to give
Shout out to
Titans.
Trey, though.
But
Yeah.
Trey, way to be,
Trey
dude.
needs to. He
Trey's
needs to
coming
file
back,
that.
though.
He needs to file that away in his mind, knowing that okay, I was able to hold the lead for X amount of laps. So if we're on a short run and I have the lead, at
I
least
can
I
do
know
that.
I can hold them off.
And that was with
Absolutely.
the points leader. That was the points leader that he was just doing that with. So we all know Titans has some speed. So for Trey, that should be a nice little momentum boost.
He kind of overdrove it right there going into 3 and
Yeah.
4. Let's see what he does going through here. Titans is
And
running a
he-
really good line. Looks like they both go high that time.
So I think
It
old
looks like
guy's
the
just sitting back here
54
waiting.
is- 54
Oh, yeah,
is
if I'm in-
definitely
if I'm
following
in third,
25.
Oh yeah, if I'm in third, I'm waiting for those guys to make that mistake, either catch the apron, wreck each other, and I'm just going to take advantage and capitalize and go right by.
Oh yeah, he don't look like he's in no big of a hurry. He's just running his line. He's doing his own
And
thing.
see, here's the other thing, guys. We know how NASCAR Heat 3 is. When there's not very many cars on the track, if somebody gets in an accident, let's say 2 trucks, sometimes the
It's-
caution won't get called.
Exactly.
So
you
that's
see,
the
the
risk you
21
take there too.
Yeah, that's a
He's
good
making a
point,
run on the
Marco.
outside of the 98. As you see, the 98 and the 21 both catching the 68 old guy. It's going to turn to a 3-way battle for third. Somebody
This is
keep
some
an eye
good
on that
racing
lead
up
battle
front
for
right
me.
now, man.
Yes, somebody
I'm
keep an eye on
on it.
that. I'm watching this third place battle.
I'm watching it.
Titans has got about a truck length over Trey now. Now it kind of stretches out, but Trey comes right back, man. He's one mistake by
stretched-
Titans, and Trey is there.
He stretched it out a little bit, but that also begs the question to be asked: how hard is Trey running it?
I was
Right
see
now
the
to keep
98
up
get
with
to the
Titans.
bumper to 68. Oh, he touches him and oh, come on, save it. Oh, watch out, Graham. You got somebody above you. As the 21 catches the outside wall.
They went a little high there, exiting 4. That allowed the 25 to pull a few tenths on him again. But this is a tight battle right now, guys.
It's a tight battle everywhere right now.
We got the 98. He
Yes,
wants
he-
that position on old
Yes,
guy
he
right
does. As he makes a look on the
Now.
inside.
Gonna look
There he
inside.
goes.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
like.
they
Did
got
they
the
make
ball.
contact?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I didn't see contact,
Or
but
was
you know
it
how
that
Heat
bubble?
3 is.
Yeah, was it that
It's
bubble
probably
that
the
just
bubble.
forced him up?
I'm not
Probably
sure.
so.
I'm just going to blame that on Heat 3 because if there was contact, I didn't see any
I
in,
didn't either.
in spectator mode, so I don't know. I couldn't say yes or no on that. But either way, the 98 truck just takes that position. But he got the 21 coming.
Yes,
he
he
is
does.
breathing down on him right now. You know, Napa fan, he got nothing to lose in this race, guys.
Oh,
He
no,
wants to win.
absolutely.
Like, he ain't going for anything but a trophy. So you know he's gonna make those big bold moves.
What's Trey's line? Bring me the trophy or bring me the steering wheel?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, it was a 68 catch the wall.
And
And
that's the end of stage two.
That's the end of stage. What a stage!
This is gonna
That
get
was-
interesting here.
Yes, it
You
is.
know, I almost feel like whoever has the lead on the restart is the one that's going to be in the catbird seat because we have not had a caution yet, guys.
No, sir.
Good point. And what do? Do you maybe gamble here? Do you just come in, take off
You know,
forward? What?
if you're gonna gamble, you might as well gamble now and get it out of the way.
I mean, with Trey, for instance, he just proved. I mean, if you come in, throw maybe a couple tires on there, get the fuel. He just showed he could make Titans pass him on the outside line. I think if you can hold that inside line, that's crucial right now.
But you also
it
got to
needs
look
to
what it
be.
does for Titans, too, knowing that he has a truck that can make that pass on the outside by himself.
Don't
That's
forget,
the other
gentlemen,
thing.
that
Oh, is that 88
truck,
did not
Ooh.
pit? Or maybe took 2 tires?
strategy move here. Let's see if that's going to pay off for him.
All right,
He
here
hadn't
we
been
go.
up front the whole race.
He's not a
Got
playoff
a good
driver
job.
either. He's just in here to race. Maybe he's taking a chance saying, screw it, let's go
He
for
just-
it.
He wants the trophy. That's all he wants to do right now.
While that's going on, Trey's working the inside.
Oh, here it comes.
He got
Yep.
subs up.
No tires, it looks like. So it looks like
Oh.
the 54 and 21 is going to use that inside line while
Oh, and
the
you got
88's
you
holding
got
up
the
Titans.
25. The 25 is boxed in right now.
Grim got the bumper on Napa. I'm
Oh,
riding with Trim's roof cam here.
oh,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is crazy.
Grim, he needs to watch himself here.
Yes.
He's overdriving it a little bit, and that
Just a
can
little
cost
bit.
you huge in these races.
Napa is working
Napa's on
on
his. Yep.
Trey.
There he is. But Trey's going to get the run coming off the high line. Now, does Trey use that information that we're seeing the run
Whoa.
that Titans was getting?
Oh, the 25 truck hit the apron.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, the 68.
They made contact.
They both saved it, though.
Meanwhile, up front, you got the 21. He is breathing down that 54's neck right now. He wants
yes.
that lead. He made those mistakes early in the race. He's looking for that trophy now. It's stage 3. It's money time.
But as I was saying, does Trey take that information that he's seen with Titans, the runs that he was getting coming off of the corner on the high line, does he take that into effect and use that?
I would.
don't know.
I would
If
make
I'm the
Napa
leader
do
right
the
now-
same thing that I made Titans do. If Napa wants to get by me, it's going to be on the outside. If he can do
Yeah.
what Titans did and pass me like that,
But also-
I'm fine with it.
Do
If
you
I'm the
try?
leader, you're either going to have to pass me on the outside or you're going to have to give me the bumper. That's the only way I'm moving.
Yep, that's the only way I'm coming off that bottom.
Or does Trey maybe kind of take the inside line going in, kind of drift up a little bit, get that run coming off of the high side at the same time?
I don't think I want to risk drifting up in the center, though, because if you give a little bit of that bottom and someone's down there, all they got to do is get a nose under there, and they're going to pop you in that left rear quarter panel. And you know what happens at Dover. That shoots you up the track like a rocket.
I agree 100% with Noco on that one.
As we see him coming up on
I
lap
think I'm
traffic
just
of the
gonna-
88.
Grim, let him go by.
You know, I think I'm just going to just run my line. I'm going to try not to overdrive, but it's so tough being the leader. It's so tough not to go as hard as possible when you're in the lead. It's so tough. You got to have a lot of patience, and you have to take that guy's line away behind you.
They coming up on lap traffic. Somebody must have hit the apron and spun.
No, that was the 88. He didn't take tires on that last stop, I don't believe. So.
Yeah, he's
The
running on some
88
old
just came out
tires.
of pit road a couple laps ago, guys. He
Okay.
just
Oh, that's what
hit
it
pit
is.
road,
Okay.
and now they're catching up.
Oh, the 21 gets tight coming off at 2.
He saved
Trey's
it. He
holding his
didn't
own
catch
right
the
now.
wall.
But you know, these guys might be thinking, maybe we don't want to battle right now because we got the 25. He's coming.
Yeah, he's catching them. I'm riding with him. He's catching
I think if
them.
I'm these guys right now, I want to try to pull away. I don't want that 25 truck to catch us. Let's work together and let's try to settle this amongst ourselves.
But then again, do you go back to that team alliance with the 21 and the 25 both being Chevrolets?
Yeah, but if I'm the 21, I'm not thinking about a teammate right now when I'm going for the lead. I'm thinking about that trophy. I think it's a different story if your teammate's in front of you. But if your teammate's behind you, you don't want to give up that much ground.
Did Napa get up under Trey? He did.
Oh, yes, he did.
On the inside.
Trey got a little tight in the middle of the corner. Let's see if he's going to be able to hold him off here. Maybe a crossover.
He's got that run.
21 takes a really, really low entry. Man, that's going to hurt that right front. Well, he clears him. Is Trey going to cross him over?
Yep, he is.
there it
He is.
And this is what that 25 truck wants to see. He wants to see
he's
these guys
catching
side
them
by
fast.
side because he's going to catch them.
Look at the ground he is eating up right now.
We
coming
still
off
got
the
green flag
inside.
pit stops. That's what I don't get. We got green flag pit stops. Keep those guys as far away from you as possible and settle it amongst yourselves.
As we said, 21 tried to do a crossover back on underneath the 54, but he can't quite get there.
Titans
As
about
the
a
54
great
taking a little
race,
bit
half
higher,
behind.
higher of a little bit of a line as 21 gets underneath him. So this is what I was talking about. I think Trey's using that knowledge of that battle with Titans earlier. He's using that run coming off the high line to hold that 21
You know,
behind him
and
still.
I think that 21 is really starting to use his stuff up too because he's taking a lower entry in the corner the last few laps. And that's got to be hurting those tires. I mean, you know, how hard do you want to push here with the 25 bearing down on you? I mean,
Oh, it gets the
he gave him
bumper.
the bumper.
He said, "Move that thing."
I'm sitting here with the 25 of Titans, and he's licking his
Oh.
chops, guys. Exactly what we talked about happening is exactly what he wanted to see. He wanted to see those guys side by side, allowed him to draw a beat on them, and now he has their draft. So it's about to be a 3-truck battle for the lead right now.
The 21 is wearing out the bumper of that 54.
You know, shout out to Napa though. He's racing him clean. He don't want to turn him, but at the same time, he's telling him, "Hey, guy, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm just letting you know that I'm right behind you, and I want this position."
If you sneeze, you are in trouble.
So
You go
y'all
half a
think,
lane up, I'm taking it.
do y'all think Titans gonna try to pass them both on the outside?
I think
You know,
so.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm Titans here, I'm gonna wait.
Yes, wait
We're
until you
gonna
get the
go
fresh
the-
Here we
tires.
go, side by side.
I'm gonna wait. I mean, clearly, if I'm Titans right now, I've driven up to these two guys. I'm gonna be patient here, try to make my moves, be clean about it, and get them on the pit stops. Because not only do you got to be cognizant of where you're at on the track, you got to be watching your fuel too. You want to be making sure that however many stops it's going to take to get to the end, maybe you can outsmart somebody or play a little bit of strategy to win the race.
Yep.
It's tough. It's a balancing act.
Look like Graham's in pit road.
Look at all three of those trucks. Did you guys just see that going into that turn? All three of those
Yes.
trucks were staggered. They're all running a different line.
I saw that.
Oh, Trey's getting tight.
Yep, them tires are
Just
starting to wear
like we
down.
talked about on the last
Oh,
run.
it looks like
I
it
feel
make a little bit
that
of contact.
54 truck. I feel like that 54 truck he didn't have that long run speed like I'm seeing out of the 21 and the 25.
Yeah, that 54 seems to fall off toward the end of a run. It's more like beginning, middle run. He's solid, but like you just said, toward the end of the run, he kind of falls off.
Oh,
I don't know
so
if he's-
21
if
catch
he's-
the wall. Here goes the 54 on the inside, maybe. Nope.
I don't know if that 54 is just, you know, attacking the corners too hard with old tires, but he's definitely pushing up in the center of each corner when he doesn't hit his marks just right.
That was a good
Right
corner
now,
by all of them.
Trey is a Chevy sandwich right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
See, it looks like
Napa's-
Trey's figured something out because now that he's backed up the center, he's actually holding that bottom a lot better.
Yes, he is.
As long as he doesn't give that bottom away,
Oh, as soon as
They're
you
not- I don't
say it,
think
he
they're gonna be able
slides
to-
a little bit.
I don't think they're going to be able to get by him as long as he don't get rid of that. If he don't give up that bottom. See, he's definitely backing it off a lot more now. Those tires, now that they're worn down a little bit, you can definitely tell how much off throttle time each truck has. Oh, the 21 pushes up the track. You think Trey gave him a little bumper there?
They're
Hey, man, I
pitting,
want that
they're
spot
pitting.
back. 25. Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
I think there was some.
Oh!
Was there?
Ooh.
I wonder if someone sped there.
I don't
That
know.
was-
Yeah. I'm wondering the same thing, Noko.
So I
Those
want-
guys coming in?
Let's see if somebody got a penalty. I got all three trucks right now going down pit road. I want to see who got the penalty, if anyone did.
All right, well, we
I
saw
got
Graham
the
Pittle a
34
couple laps
truck
before
right
them, so
now.
I'm gonna follow along on Graham, see where they come out in comparison to him on the track.
I mean, what do you do here? You take just a little bit of fuel and then maybe at the end take full fuel and no tires, or
I think you need tires right now. I mean, we just saw these guys battling. You need those tires. Those guys, they're gone.
no? I'm saying as far as the fuel goes, do you want to take a little less fuel this run? That way the
Oh.
truck's going to rotate more. And then maybe
54,
take no
21,
tires at the
they're
end.
all out together. They're
Looks like no
all out
penalty.
right now. 25, 21, 54, all coming off pit road right now.
Out of that pit stop sequence, it looks like Trey was the biggest loser.
It does. He lost a lot of time.
You know that you just got to attribute that to he was probably being a little bit more cautious than he needed to be to make sure he didn't speed, which allowed Titans just to, outbreak him going into that entrance to pit road.
All right, let's see if Trey can maybe close the gap, gets the drive to that 21.
Alright guys, I'm riding around with the 54 for the rest of this race because I want to see how he handles it.
Oh, as we see him getting around Sergeant Salt, not Sergeant Salt, old guy.
Old guy.
Yeah, don't forget, lap traffic could play a big factor in this race.
Yes, it could. So we see the 68 getting loose right there in front of the 21.
Oh, that's going to cost the 21 a bunch of time.
Yes, it is.
54 just bouncing off the walls too. So this is
As the 68's not giving that spot up to Napa. And as soon as I say that, he goes high.
Looks like we got the 88 on pit road right now.
He did pit before everybody else, so. But also.
Now, is he going to be good to the finish?
Exactly.
Is this going to be his final stop? This is going to get interesting here.
It is. This definitely might throw a wrench into everybody's game plan.
I wonder if this could have been that winning call. Man. Like we talked about at the beginning of stage 3, do you only take fuel here in 2 tires or not pit? This is going to get interesting. Like the 88's completed his service and he's going to get back out on the track. Got a pretty good gap between first, second, and third. They're all spaced out, probably about the same amount of time between each other. And then you got the 68 in between the 21 and the 54 right now. But if I'm Trey, man, I got to be a little disappointed with that.
That pit
You're
stop.
going in there, you're going in there right behind Titans, and you come out third. I mean, that we can attribute that to just NASCAR Heat 3 and the wonky random pit stop. Some guys will get a 14-second stop, and other guys get 17 seconds. I mean, it's
last
not fair.
night at Atlanta, I had a 16-second pit stop. The following pit stop, I had a 14-second pit stop.
Yeah, they need to do away with that. Everybody needs to have the same time or around the same time.
Yes, unless you speed or something like that. But if you're making the same pit, you're getting all the same tires, the same amount of fuel. It needs to be relatively the same.
Right, and then unless you're making like an air pressure adjustment or an adjustment, it's altogether maybe a wedge adjustment. Yeah, you can add a little bit of time to the pit stop, but if you're just going in there for 4 tires and fuel and you're getting a 17-second pit stop, the 25.
Wow,
what happened?
He missed pit road by it all.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if he caught the apron.
I don't know what just happened there, but I'm a little baffled.
All I know is that 54 has got the lead.
But we're going to go with it. Trade of the points.
They missed pit road. That's what he did.
Yep, they're pitting again now.
Oh, man, that's going to cost the 25.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. That's probably going to cost him the race. As long as that 54 doesn't speed going down pit road or something similar doesn't happen to him.
Yeah, he needs to hit pit road perfect right now.
Trey just needs to understand that the guys that he was battling with for the win right now, essentially,
he's going down right now.
He's coming in right now. He looks good too.
Yes, that was a good pit stop.
Yeah.
But if you're Titans, did you just take fuel only here?
Titans, yes. After what just happened, yeah.
But also, remember what we said, the 88 truck, he pitted just after they did that last go-around, so he might not have to make this stop.
88 is in pit road. 88's in pit road right now.
Oh, well, never mind.
98 is still on track. Shadow Grim. We haven't talked much about him.
Titans is barely exiting pit road right now while Trey is getting his service done, so Titans essentially is a full lap behind Trey now.
Where's Trey at?
He's still on
Now,
pit
Trey's
road.
on
He's
pit
leaving
road.
now.
He's coming off. He's coming off now.
And the
54 truck
21
coming
just
off.
went around him.
Now.
The 21 just passed him, so I think the 21 might have been on a little bit different pit strategy.
I think that 21 took no tires.
I think
Yeah,
he
I
did
think
too.
Trey
He's about a
took
whole
4.
back stretch ahead of him. I think you're right. I think Trey took the tires. Now let's see. Can those tires catch the no tires?
Oh, absolutely. At Dover, yes.
Well, you gotta look. They ain't had many laps on them. tires
Exactly.
either.
It wasn't that big of a. They ran what? Maybe 5 laps.
That is true. That's a big gap to make up, though.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Whoa.
13's coming on pit road to make
Yep.
his service. And here's another thing. That 21 truck, he's sucking up to that 88, so he's pulling a little draft off.
Oh!
As he catches him. 21 just needs to be a little patient here. He's got a huge lead.
Yes, he's got a whole front stretch lead over the 54.
54 is going into turn 1 right now.
As the 21's coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, you got about a full straightaway lead on that 54 truck. It's gonna be interesting to see if he can close the gap as we see Pro 75 making his final pit stop of the race.
Well, Trey sees him. That's a fact. It's a whole straightaway.
Well, I feel like when I got the leader in front of me, and once I can see that car in front of me, I feel like that motivates me even more, and I start driving even better.
Yes. And he is closing that gap, let me tell you
He's
right now.
catching him. He's catching him.
Is there enough laps left?
Yeah, he's catching him.
He's got about a 7-second lead right now on Trey. But Trey's holding that truck right on the bottom. Trey definitely took tires. I'm not sure that 21 truck took tires. If he did, he only took 2.
Well, he ain't got nothing to lose either now.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Go for broke here.
I'm gonna have
And
to.
the way-
I apologize. I'm gonna have to follow on with this 54. Watch his closing rate to see if he can actually bring this in.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think
Gotta
all three of us have been.
You got to give it to the 21, though. He's really not losing that much time.
No, like I
I'm on
said,
the
I just wonder if
21
there's
looking
enough
back.
laps.
Yeah, I'm on the 21 looking back, and I'm comfortable right now. I mean, he's smooth.
You can
There
give
can't
up.
be many laps left.
You can give up 2-3 tenths a lap to make sure you're hitting your marks right. That's how big of a lead
Exactly.
he has.
Yeah.
No reason to force yourself through those corners to wear out your stuff even more. You got such a big lead. Like we
It
talked
looks
about when the
like
race started. It don't
It
matter how
looks
big
like
the lead
those
is. All you need to win
tires-
by is a fender.
It looks like he's got about a 5-second lead over him right now.
And with that lap car behind the 21, he really hasn't checked out from that lap car.
No, he's coming up on another one though. Oh, he's in the wall a little bit, coming to the line.
He's getting tight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was off the throttle there. You could tell he's definitely tight on exit.
Hardcore. Oh yeah.
He was
He was
completely
off
off
the-
the throttle
oh.
exiting.
Oh, he is having a hard time right now.
Yeah, he's having some problems right now, and all that's doing is allowing Trey to close that gap ever so closer.
Yep, he's about to a
He got it
4-second
about
gap now.
Oh,
They're
about
in the
half
same
straight
corners. They're in the same corners now as he's getting through 2. Trey's entering 1.
Yeah, he's about a half a straightaway behind now.
Let's see.
we have the 21
crossing
coming
the
to the
starfish.
line right now.
1,
Trey's off the
two.
corner.
3. So about a little over, just a little bit over a 3-second lead now. So he's trimming it slowly but surely.
Trey's coming, but that 21 truck right now, he is managing what he has, and he's doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
He's doing an outstanding job on those old tires, because it's so hard to be disciplined on old tires and run a different line and hit your marks differently when you got older tires, knowing that you got someone behind you with 4 freshies bearing down on you.
That truck's getting bigger and bigger in Trey's point of view.
This is awesome. These guys have not seen a caution all night.
1, 2, 3. All right, Trey really ain't closing too much right now. He isn't.
It looks like it's kind of leveled off a little bit.
Yep.
I've noticed the 21's changed his line, and he's changed his entry point, getting off the throttle a little bit, and that's actually helped him rotate the center. I wonder if that's attributing to the fact that it's kind of leveled out now with him changing his line.
Old guy on pit road.
Yep.
Oh man, he threw the 21. I bet those tires are done.
Uh-huh.
Titans is catching Trey.
Oh, I doubt there's enough time.
Straight away.
There's a whole backstretch between them, so I doubt there's enough time for him to get to Trey.
Is this lap car gonna let the 54 go? And it looks like he does here. He wisely lets him go. Ooh, in the 68. Ooh, don't come up. Ooh.
All right, props to old guy for keeping it down there.
Now there's nobody in between Trey and the leader.
Oh,
and he is coming.
Yes, he is.
That 21 truck is getting bigger.
He probably gained about a half a second on that lap.
As we see, the 21 catching more lap traffic.
And the 13 truck wisely pulls to the bottom and gets out of the way.
Oh, I just wish I knew how many laps were left.
Oh, that 21, man, he is... You know he's sweating right now with that truck wore out the way it is.
Uh-huh. And you know Trey's just sitting there thinking, come on, come on, come on, run, dang it, run.
He is literally half throttle going through the corners. Trey's cut that gap. It looks like it's down to about 2.5 seconds now.
Oh.
The question is, how many laps are left, guys?
Yes.
How much longer does the 21 car have to?
I don't think there's maybe 5 laps left.
And that's the end.
That's
it.
Yep, that was it.
Napa got it.
Napa fan gets the win.
Congrats, Napa.
Just like we talked about, guys, at the start of the broadcast.
Yes.
If you're not in the playoffs, you got nothing to lose.
Nice
wow.
run.
What a drive. What a drive by Napa.
Trey, nice freaking run, man. That was awesome to watch.
Yes, it was.
You know, Trey's probably thinking, man, if I had 5 more laps, I would have been there.
No, do you really think Trey is thinking about that pit stop? Because that pit stop is what...
You know, I think when he lost all that ground on those two, on the sequence before the last one, I think that's ultimately what gave Napa that much more track position over Trey on that final stop. But that's NASCAR Heat 3, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, we can't control what pit stops we get. You know, it's ridiculous. Wow, that was awesome.
Yes, it was.
That was. So, we've got Napa fan with the win. Trey coming home in second. He's a playoff guy, so right up there. Titans in third. Shadow Grim fourth.
All right,
he needed that points day.
Top 5 for him, so good run out of you, bud. The 75, and that was the top 5. That's all I got.
What a drive, man. What a drive for that 21, man.
Great job, yep.
To get out there. I don't know if he took. I'm so curious after Kentucky when we interviewed the winners. I am so curious to talk to him on what his strategy was in that final pit stop.
Oh,
2 tires. Napa got 2 tires. I see it in the Chevy chat.
Wow. What a drive. That was awesome.
All right, well, that was one heck of a race, y'all. We got Kentucky coming up at 8:55, so join in again then. We're going to go ahead and end this broadcast, take a little break to do what we got to do, get everything reorganized for the next go round. But thank y'all for joining, and hope to see you again in a couple of minutes.